Hello, this is Tyre. I'm a real estate consultant and a realtor. What is land banking part 6? This is going to be my final video on what is land banking. If you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, the links to parts 1 to 5 are in the description. If you're watching on Instagram, just click on the IGTV tab and you can see the previous videos, parts 1 to 5. So today, I'm just going to share, there are countless examples of individuals, organizations who have invested in lands many years back, and today the value of these lands have grown significantly, and there are so many examples that, in fact, this is the norm in land banking. You're certain that if you buy land in a location, a margin location, you live it for a couple of years, the value will go up, significantly. And it's not difficult to sell these lands. People actually come to you and be like, we want to buy your land, So this is the norm. Okay, so there are countless examples, but I'm just going to share one with you. Recently, not long ago, I was with a couple of colleagues and they were talking about the Catholic Church. Now, one of the things the Catholic Church does is they go to an emerging area, or where a lot of people will call bush, and buy a large expanse of land and then wait for development to catch up with them. And that just reminds me of the fact that there is actually the Catholic Church as a monastery along what we call Monastery Road in Shangotedo. Monastery Road in Shangotedo is one of the prime locations in Shangotedo. As a matter of fact, a plot of land along Monastery Road cost at least 25 million naira. Along Monastery Road, you want to buy a plot of land, it goes for at least 25 million naira. Now, for the property of the Catholic Church along Monastery Road, I don't have the details like the survey or what have you. But I went on Google Earth, and of course from Google Earth you can actually see the boundary of that land. And I took the measurements, all the sides. I did the estimate. The land is about over 130 square meters. Now, if you divide 130 square meters by 600 square meters, 600 square meters is the size of a plot. What the Catholic Church has there is over 200 plots along Monastery Road. Now, 200 plots multiplied by 25 million, that is about 5 billion, minus the fact that there is a building on part of the land. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. I did a little research. I was trying to find out how long the monastery has been there for, and I didn't get a concrete information, but I saw that the Catholic Church has about 5 monasteries in the whole of Nigeria, and one of them is in Lagos, which was inaugurated in, I think, 2004, and definitely it has to be the one along Monastery Road, which means that the Catholic Church has had that land there for at least 15 years, right? Now, 15 years ago, how much is the cost of land in Shangotedo? I know people who bought land in Shangotedo, good locations now, for about 800,000, 700,000. But let's just assume that in 2014, the Catholic Church bought at the rate of 1 million naira per plot. Okay, 1 million naira per plot, 200 plots. That would be about 200 million. 200 million, 2004. Today we're talking about 5 billion, right? What that means is that if someone had invested 200 million, now is 5 billion. If someone had invested 20 million back then, now the person will be talking about 500 million. If someone had invested 2 million back then, now the person will be talking about as high as 50 million. If someone had invested 1 million, now you'll be talking about 25 million, right? So this is what happens with land banking. You invest a little amount, leave it for a couple of years, the value will have gone up so high. Okay, another example, you go along Lekki Expressway, you find lots and lots of properties, large expanses of land already fenced, owned by churches, owned by schools, owned by universities. This is a strategy. It is deliberate. Okay, these people understand, what land banking does. A school like Green Springs, in a way, the school sits on a large expanse of land, and they've been here for quite a number of years. I'm sure at the time people will say, why would Green Spring go and buy land in such a remote location? But you go to the location today, see the whole place is developed, and of course, the value has gone up significantly. So that's the simple idea behind land banking. So there's a way to grow your own personal wealth for your family, you know. And the key thing also to note here, which I've said severally, is the fact that number one, you're looking for land that is not so expensive. Okay, this just means strategic. Lands are not so expensive. And number two, lands in emerging areas. And the other thing that is very important here is the fact that if you cannot keep your money, like some people don't just want to put their money down somewhere. Or they say that I don't want to tie down my money. So if you don't want to tie down your money, then maybe this is not for you. Of course, it cannot be for everybody, but it is just one of the investment options that is available to anyone who is looking out to grow their wealth or grow their money. And also, if you earn money, you don't earn a lot of money, then you don't have a choice. And if you want to invest in land right now, you should be thinking about land banking. Okay, we have people who over the course of their working years, some 20, some 30 years, just buy lands here and there. Not necessarily in one location. Just buy one plot here, one plot there, two plots there, three plots there, half a plot, just all over the place. And after about 20 years, you see these people living off all of their investments. So that is what land banking is all about. And you can begin to think about it as well. There's a land of 600,000. There's 12 months payment plan. Why not subscribe for it? There's another one of 800,000, 6 months payment plan. You subscribe for it. Bit by bit, you are growing your wealth. And that is what land banking is all about. And the other important thing also is to ensure that you are investing right, which is why you need a realtor, you need guidance, so that you know the right place to invest. There are so many lands, so many properties, different locations, selling at relatively low amounts, but how do you know which one will appreciate faster? How do you know which one will be worth a lot more than others, or which one is the best option of the several options staring you in the face? You need a realtor to guide you, to show you which one is best, right? So basically that's what land banking is about. You invest little, you wait for a couple of years, the value appreciates, and then you can use it for whatever it is you want to use it for. So that's about it on land banking. If you have questions, you can call me, you can send me a message. I'm available. I'm willing to answer all your questions, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching these videos, and I'll see you again soon.